All right, Dan, runner-up. How does that feel?
It feels really good. Kind of a long time coming. I've felt a lot of things in the victory lap. It means a ton that my wife and children were there, and a lot of people that have helped to support me up to this point. Friends and competitors that maybe didn't make their respective finals that were there in the stands rooting for me, and they know the grind. They know what it's like to fight through injuries, what it's like to feel like you have the talent to make a team and keep coming up short. And so this is for them in a sense. I mean, this is for the 2021 Olympic trials that were also for global championships in Tokyo that I came up close fourth for, and it's just ironic that I get a chance to make good on a Tokyo trip 4 years later now. A couple coaches later, I'm in the Air Force WCAP now. I moved to Provo, so it was like a really exciting feeling within a couple laps left of the race, especially knowing that, okay, Kenneth is making his move, and I am used to this all the time in practice, and it just kind of became routine, second nature that I can go and I can beat these guys, and I can hang with Kenneth, and hey, maybe I can even get him sometimes. So it was just something I'm just kind of flabbergasted at. I trying to have fun with this, and I'm just so grateful to the Air Force WCAP for supporting me and this lifestyle I get to have as a full-time professional athlete with an active service time on the clock for later, and then Utah's Run Elite program has been supportive too and helping me to be healthier than I've been in years, and I'm really, really grateful for that. A little bit of PT support, and then just having a team like I get to have with Kenneth and James and the likes of Connor Mance and Clayton Young under Coach Ed Eyestone, let alone all the other slew of guys coming out of BYU and still on the team. It's really fun. I'm almost 30, and to get to feel like I'm in college again a little bit, always showing up to practice every day and having guys to run with, it's just a great routine. I mean, we go to weights together, we get in the sauna together, we do every easy run together, get together for our doubles, and it really helps pass the miles, helps keep the energy positive, and we're really supportive of one another. And Coach Eyestone's belief that he instills in his athletes is his X factor. There's nothing secretive or sexy really about the training other than we go really hard, and he really believes in his guys, and it's a privilege to get to now join them and prove that a guy can come from the outside in a matter of a couple months, elevate to the top of the game.
What's the plan on the race?
A burger and maybe just celebrating with family and getting to dinner, and of course resetting training a little bit with the eye towards Tokyo. I mean, this is crazy. I get to go to team processing for real this time, and I haven't really tried to make too many plans ahead. One of my best friends getting married on the same day as the semifinal in Tokyo, so sorry, man, I'm not gonna be making your wedding, Nick. Sorry, bro, but it's a good excuse to be going to a global championship. So feeling healthy. It's just so fun. I don't know what else to say besides praise God. I'm so excited.
Any other race?
I'm not sure. I've got a recent PR of 8:18 that maybe helps to open the door just because it's recent. I mean, we'll see. I'll talk to my representation and coach about if we need to go again. But I'm thinking ranking shouldn't be a problem, but we'll go crunch the numbers. I was 50th as of last week, so I think that actually my prelim and my final will probably replace 2 of my 3 marks for my world ranking. So I think I'll move up a little bit, and it shouldn't be an issue. So we'll see. In the case that I do need to race again, maybe it'll be a role reversal where James helps to pace me, like I got to be a part of last year. That was really what started the ball rolling towards me befriending these guys and eventually coming out to join. So, grateful for James. Sorry that he had a tough day today. We really wanted to see an Eyestone sweep. it was nice to be able to follow him through those early, slower laps, and he was just smooth, and that was just fine. Sorry for his struggle there later in the race.
What happened to you? 300 to go, you clipped that barrier.
Oh my gosh!
What
right.
happened?
Yeah, I just barely clicked it with my heel, and thankfully it was minor enough that I was able to recover, and it was an arousing kind of like surprise, like holy crap, I could have fallen there. Good thing I didn't. Good thing I was able to maintain balance, and it was a close call. But I mean that's the steeplechase. Glad the other guys weren't around me right then at that moment. I was able to take a peek at the jumbo before it and after it, kind of knowing where I'm at and just really keep me honest. And I wasn't focusing too much on trying to get Kenneth other than in the last 100 meters, 80 meters. And then I was like, oh, okay, I just want to get as close to Kenneth as I can because I don't want anybody trying to get me. But boy, it was thrilling.
Can you walk us through your stops in terms of coaches, sponsorship situations since the 2021 trials to now?
Well, at that time I was living in Texas as a full-time D3 coach at LeTourneau University, under a remote coach in Mark Mish at UC Colorado Springs. The next year I joined Coach Mish in Colorado Springs, and during that time and just before the trials and through that time I was under a minor Nike contract, and that was expiring at the end of 22, and then I joined the Air Force WCAP in the winter of the early months of 2023. Was with Coach Mish through the end of that season. Went into the wilderness for a little bit with no coach. Transitioned to working with Alan Culpepper for the better part of last year. And then that kind of fell apart. Just wasn't working quite how it needed to be. And then was again in the wilderness, kind of figuring out where I was going to be. Was afforded the opportunity to re-sign into the Air Force WCAP for the next Olympic cycle. So I'm clear through 2028. And that was when I entertained, maybe coming out to Utah, whether it was for training camps or some remote coaching or whatever. And, Coach Isone was clear that, hey, our thing is the day in and day out. So if you want to be part of this, you do it full time. And so I got support from my Air Force leadership to get a military move to Utah. I live 2 miles from the track, and I get to do the day in and day out with the guys, and they're like some of my best friends now in short order here. So that's the short story.
Did your whole family move with you?
Yeah. So we have a couple of rental houses in Colorado Springs, so we're trying to keep renting, keep filled. But we were able to move to Provo, starting our next stop there. At least for 3 years. If I keep making teams like this, I'm hoping to advocate that I can stay in the WCAP even longer than just 2028. So we'll see. I mean, it's such a great gig. I'm so honored to serve. I'm so proud of my country. It's a really neat opportunity, and more people should look into it. Honestly. Yeah.
Could you talk about your role in the military, and do you have current day-to-day military responsibilities or anything?
Yeah. I mean, I have a job code for aircraft maintenance. I'm not day in and day out doing that job. I'm not reporting to a base. I'm loosely affiliated with Hill Air Force Base on the north side of Salt Lake City. And ironically, too, Sam Gelman is kind of my supervisor because we're in close proximity to one another, and he outranks me as a graduate of the academy. So he's a lieutenant, and I'm a senior airman. So the rest of our sports offices are down in San Antonio at Joint Base San Antonio Lackland, and that's where Air Force Basic Training is too. So I went to a tech school to learn how to work on planes, but I'm not really doing that. I haven't worked on anything that's up in the air right now.
Is 2022 the only year you had a tube contract?
I mean, I got it the week of the trials in 2021, so it's technically a 2-year, really like a year and a half gig. yeah, it was just the shell, travel and gear, and I was really grateful for that. And that was just a neat opportunity. And
Well, there was no base salary; it was just travel.
yeah, no base salary. Yeah,
But bonuses maybe if you made the team.
sure. Thankfully my agent at the time still my agent. At the time, my agent had a little bonus for me to break 3:58 in a mile, and I did that. So I got a little bonus. That was the only one that I ever got. I would have needed to PR, run under 8:20, make a team, run under 8:15, make a team to be able to advance that into a base salary. And since I wasn't going to be doing that, my agent gave me clear expectations that, hey, let's look for something else, and he really supported me going towards the W cap.
And what's been the biggest adjustment, I guess, in training under Ed? When did you join exactly?
Yeah, I hit town May 14th in Provo. The biggest difference is the Connor Mance effects, maybe. He's got the spirit of Prefontaine in him. I mean, he knows no limit. He goes hard, and that trickles down into everybody. I mean, coach will be like, all right, we're going to run some tempo Ks, and Connor goes out in 60 for the first lap. And the rest of us are in the wake of that. And so that sets quite a tone. It makes everybody better. We definitely go hard, It's been a fun thing for me to really be challenged on the strength side of things when we do road workouts or more threshold oriented things. That it's a little more uncharted territory for me, and I'm trying to figure out how much altitude Provo really is. I think it's pretty easy compared to running at 6,000 or 7,000 feet in Colorado Springs. It's more like 45, 46. And so, I'm like setting PRs, workout PRs, so to speak. That's my best 5 mile tempo ever, and it felt good, and I was negative splitting it. And for some of these guys that are super talented cross country runners, it's routine. Or marathoners, they're going on for 3, 4, or 5 more miles than I. So it's a really great group to have so many guys just getting after it. I mean, like I said, it's like being on a college team again. And Coach Eystone doesn't overcomplicate things. He really instills confidence. He knows what it's like as an athlete, and he's done it with so many athletes as their coach that he knows the right things to say, the little buttons to push, and he's a master of ceremonies for us. I mean, it's a great gig.
Has he only coached you since May, or has he been coaching you all year?
Just since May, yeah. Okay. Yeah, my best friend Kevin Gideon, who took my job at Laterno a few years ago, he was helping me for a few months writing my workouts, and I bounced ideas back and forth with him. So shouts to Kevin. Part of this team qualification is thanks to him too. He had me pretty fit, pretty ready. I ran 8:27 at Drake Relays as an opener. First race in 8 months under Kevin's coaching of me, so I like it. He knows his stuff. There's not a whole lot of secrets in the game now, it's cool that a lot of guys have chops and they can be all over the place.
Did someone give you the cowboy hat, or did you bring that?
Oh yeah, so that's elephant in the room. I lost a bet playing disc golf last week to Davin Thompson, one of the BYU track athletes. He beat me in disc golf, and I had to wear this hat.
Doesn't seem like that much of a punishment. It looks cool.
Yeah. So this is a little bit of the Texas that Texas stopped for me. I don't know. It's fun.
Did any part of the race today, either like your execution or the tactics of the race as a whole, and then eventually your second place finish, was anything of it surprising to you, or not what you necessarily expected coming into this one?
We were ready for anything. I told Coach Eystone I'd be licking my chops if it was slow. Even a lap or two being slow was going to be good for us, because I just have a lot of confidence in running with especially running with Kenneth and James, that we can string out a really hard 5 laps if we need to, or whatever. So if there was an early acceleration or just a long drag out like that I was confident I'd be able to hang. So the longer it lagged, and as long as I was clean on my hurdling, which thankfully I was able to just follow James and kind of be on the rail, which I think helps. As long as I was able to respond in due time, it was going to work just fine. And it was interesting. Kenneth and I were just remarking a little bit ago that Isaac and Matt were trying to talk to each other, cueing that Kenneth was starting to make his move on the outside. You know, hear outside. You can hear things around when you're racing. I was ahead of them at the time, so I thought it was them going to be swinging out wide and making their push, but they were just trying to cue Kenneth. And you know, once he was out there, I was like, okay, it's on. Kenneth has a. I mean, if you watch all his best races, he really slams from 800 to 400 out. And if you can stick, or at least not freak out during that lap, and still have a final lap, then you'll do well. If you try to go with it a little too much, you might burn up. So, anyways, I had a couple good hurdles coming to the backstretch, like 650 to go, and that's when I decided to move up into the second position. You know, go with some reckless abandon. Let them fight for third. Let them figure it out. And so, yeah, I mean, like I remarked before, it's like it's cool to make it feel like practice. You know, following a guy I'm used to sharing reps with, and you know, it's a little surreal that this one means something. And like I said, it's sad too that we don't get to share it also with James. But honored to share it with Bernard too. You know, he's a guy I've been racing since 2015, I think. I raced him at Mount Sac in 2015. That's 10 years ago. So, yeah, neat to be out here. Super grateful.
You're with the Air Force.